Let's see if I can't coerce the game into opening back up. Oh, right, there we go. That wasn't that hard, now was it? Also, before I change the mission, I should point out that you can customize your character, oddly enough. And the PC version really gets kind of fucked over here because I'm assuming, you know, on the right now, you should be able to see a preview of what all these outfits will look like, but I don't know if I just installed it wrong or there was some kind of error there. I'm not seeing any preview, and I never have. All kinds of different ones. You start off with like basic shit, and as you go through the game, you can find different ones. Getting A ranks and certain things will get you different ones. Gonna be honest with you, a lot of them are ugly as hell. Just bad. I'm gonna show off. I'm gonna try to like choose a different outfit for every mission or something like that. Some of them are okay, some of them are pretty interesting. The one I just selected is pretty cool. There's also Emblem, which is the thing that appears on Ken's head, on his forehead, on his little, I guess you could call it a helmet. It's really not that noticeable, and sorry if you guys care about this, I'm not going to change it at all. I'm just going to keep it on what I have, which is like, I think Shinobi is what it's called, or maybe it was something else, I don't know. I'm sure you guys saw it. Time for Mission 2.
Things have gotten more complicated since you were out, kid. Carrier numbers have skyrocketed. The registered hive count has almost tripled. Are you ready for this?
Do I have a choice? I'm ready.
Listen, kid. Ken, don't let your father's betrayal cloud your mind, all right? This is critical. The committee's agreed to push the sterilization a few more days, but if you fail, they'll pull the plug early.
I got it.
Good. Now listen. We evacuated this area days ago, but heat signatures have continued to grow below the ground. We think there could be a nest cluster nearby.
I think you're right.
What is it?
I don't know. Let me call you back.
So now we get a new type of game mode where we control this kind of gun thing. And there's two modes of fire, that basic one where you can just kind of shoot shit, and this rocket. When you're fighting the worms, you definitely want to use the rocket, especially on impossible mode, where I see already the aircraft has half health from like one hit. So that's great. I'm looking forward to that. You can also reload. Reloading's very fun. Probably the best part of this is reloading. I just sometimes reload even though the fucking clip is full. I just reload because it's fun. It's fun to reload. Oh, look at me. I'm reloading. Can I do it again? It's full. I'm reloading again. Probably the best part of the game, I'd say, is reloading the gun. This is sarcasm, by the way. I know. Been worried recently. Some people don't pick up on the sarcasm. That was sarcasm. Reloading's kind of boring, in all honesty. Typically, I put on Ninja Vision while I reload because it makes all the enemies slow down, and I can do it without being interrupted. So otherwise, it allows the enemies to get, you know, probably a few hits on you. And in impossible mode, I really can't afford that. These kind of segments kinda can get a little bit repetitive, as it's mostly just fighting birds over and over again. You know, there are, you know, as we go along, there will be different type of enemies, completely new things that we're going to be encountering, but ultimately, we're going to be seeing a lot of birds. I tend to not use rockets on them because they come out at a much slower pace, and actually, you know, aiming is quite difficult with the birds. But with worms, you definitely want to use the rockets. The rockets will stun the worms and prevent them from attacking the ship, but the turret itself will not. Ooh, didn't think I was gonna make that. I am very lucky that I didn't have to redo that. And whoever was in that helicopter is pretty fucking dead right now. This game is so uncaring about the other people and the helicopters. It's also very uncaring about me and my desire to not press buttons over and over and over again. Just doesn't seem to care. Quite rude, if you ask me. So you can see the moon outfit is pretty cool. It's got, you know, I think it would probably be one of the best outfits if it wasn't like red and this like dark green. Just cause like, why would you want like red and dark green? Do you think they go together, game? Or do you think it's a good outfit? It's not. It's kind of ugly. Unfortunately too, it's also one of the better outfits in the game. Wouldn't call it my favorite one. There's definitely one that I would consider my favorite, and it's not this. But this one's not bad either. Finish attacks really don't get you that much other than, you know, I think you get like more like hit combos, get that count, and more, maybe even kill combos, even though you're just killing one thing. But still, it's fun to do them every once in a while. You'll notice that, I don't always use them. Despite whenever I'm given the opportunity.
Sorry, Chief. I gotta deal with something real quick.
A snail! Oh man. Will the excitement never end with worms and spiders and snails? Oh my. The snail is pretty easy enemy. Especially right now, he's being even easier because he does this a lot during the battle. Likes to roll around. And for some reason the game calls him a leech. You probably can't read the text up there. It says Impaler Leech. That's a fucking snail. You know, just saying, that's a fucking snail. He has a shell. He comes out of the shell. He's a snail. Other enemies try to get in your way as you try to kill him. They are mostly unsuccessful, as you can see. Now that is a fucking badass kill. Putting his blade on his shoes somehow, then just wiring himself into his fucking head, that's pretty badass.
Sorry. What were you saying?
Big signal, headed your way.
Time for one of the really amazing and fun running segments, where you have to run away from shit before it kills you. And not really any harder on harder difficulties than it is on this, or on normal difficulty. And here's one of the segments where you fall. I've also discovered that if you move Ken all the way to the left, you can pretty much just, you know, put the controller down, because he'll never get damaged at all. You can pretty much skip that segment. I guess it can also be good if you want to get some health up, but in that segment I got my health restored, so yeah. Not the most necessary of segments in this game, but whatever. It's kind of fun, kind of cool to look at too. You know, kind of just free falling and fighting on your way down, you know. It's fun stuff. Not always, you know, the most practical game, but, you know, it's fun, and like, really, what more can you ask of from a video game? Apparently that's even too much to ask in certain video games, you know, just a little bit of fun, some nice gameplay, and really that's what this game is all about. Some fun fucking gameplay. So you see, the worm already has a lot of his health bar taken down. That would be because we were already shooting it with the rockets on the gun. That damage does actually count to this boss fight. The worm, like a lot of the bosses we've encountered, isn't that difficult. He can be one of the more challenging ones. He does a lot of different things. Bats come during a lot of boss fights. Most boss fights even, they're mostly there to, I guess, kind of restore your health. But sometimes they're really helpful, you know, in restoring your health. Sometimes they are horrible and they get in the way, and I hate them. You'll see when later. Because there are some bosses. Holy crap, did you guys see how much health he just took off me? That was with one hit, you guys. That was one hit that he took off all of that health. But that's it for him. He's dead. You're dead. However, the space to get up there and kill him is all the way up there, so we have to get up there in time, which, again, the game gives you ample amount of time to get all the way up there to do it, but still, you know, it is one of those situations where if we did not get up there in time, he would restore quite a large portion of his health, probably even more, seeing as it's on impossible mode. And for anyone wondering, I have not beaten this game on impossible mode yet. You guys think we were done running away? We're not. Got a lot of running to do. More running than you can handle. More running than I can handle. I'm kinda out of shape. I am not a very athletic person. I couldn't be doing this bullshit. I am not a ninja either, so that's just like, it's even worse. Couldn't handle it.
Jeez.
Again, you could make segments like that a lot easier by putting on ninja vision, and it would take the enemy forever to actually catch up to you and cause any type of threat. Because he can kill you if you take too long, he will destroy the platform you're standing on as you're standing on it.
Yeah, for the moment.
That's a helicopter.
Don't let it get away, kid.
I also don't know if any of you guys have played Shinobi on the PlayStation 2. I have. It's an incredibly difficult game, and this is where this game really reminds me of that, because really not just on the PS2, but any Shinobi game in any of the series always has a helicopter boss, and so I find it kind of funny that this game also has a helicopter boss. So something that the game actually never really tells you is that the wind ninjutsu, can also break little areas like that to allow you to wire to them. And why am I suddenly losing frames all over the place? Why is that happening? It's never necessary to fight all of the enemies in a certain area. Sometimes it is necessary. Sometimes you have to kill all of the enemies in an area in order for you to be able to progress. Sometimes it's not necessary at all, though. Now I gotta be careful. And I don't know if that... Okay, good, it was low enough. These types of situations, you need to be really careful, because if you get hit by a projectile while you're, you know, grappling from point A to point B, you will fall in the hole, and it is instant death, and you will have to do that area over. The game is pretty generous with checkpoints. It's not like, a lot of the harder games that it resembles, such as Ninja Gaiden and Devil May Cry. You won't have to redo the whole mission if you die, you just have to redo certain checkpoints. The game really could make it a lot, you know, harder on you. And, you know, maybe it does on impossible mode. I really don't know. And, wow, I'm really stuck in a bad position here. Oh fuck, I pressed the wrong button too. I think when you do the killing thing, you get more more health and more bloodstones. So I could definitely have used that, but there are a lot of breakable objects here that will also contain those things. And, oh god, I don't want to get caught in his fire. Whenever he goes down like this is really when you want to hit him, but at the same time you want to, you know, not be on, right in front of him. Because that would be bad. That means taking a lot of hits from his gun like this. You can block, but after excessive, you know, damage, your sword eventually stops blocking. And you will have to take a few hits. And that's obviously not good. Oh crap. Yo. Really don't want to get caught in his gunfire because it's really quite difficult to get out once you're caught there. He's almost dead here. Oh man, I'm gonna fucking die. Oh no, I got it in time. Hopefully these other guys around don't kill me before I can do the finishing move on the boss, because I'm gonna be pretty pissed off if that happens. I'll get around to the right side. There we go. Okay, we're all good here. It's all good now. Fine, I'm okay. I didn't die. Not yet, at least. This is going pretty well. Oh yeah. Surfing on a missile? How badass is this? I ask you guys, come on. He is like fucking surfing on a missile. Boom. Kinogawa is kind of a badass. Maybe not necessarily in his personality, but, you know, I think he can get away with it. And so now at this moment in time, if this was not New Game Plus, we would be getting the Flame Ninjutsu. We would have normally only started with Wind. And obviously, what you guys just saw is the special little use of the flames, destroying those plants.
Set them ablaze and move on.
Oh really? Should I do that? That's a great idea. Also, an important thing to note about your wind magic, and again why I say the wind magic is the best one in the game, is that you are temporarily invulnerable whenever you're doing the spinning around little thing, so that's important to note. Maybe you're not invulnerable. Did I just take a hit there? I'm not sure. I notice that I normally, you know, avoid taking damage whenever I use it, because I can stand right there, and normally that fire would damage me, but it is not the case whenever I'm using my wind magic. Maybe it's just that it's canceling the fire out for me. And I probably should have taken those guys out there. I'm kind of regretting not doing that now, because they're actually close enough to be able to see me and to still be able to shoot shit at me. Kind of making this fight a little harder than I wanted it to be, but oh well. Whoa, whoa, Ken, whoa. Jump down there. There's a plant we gotta deal with here. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You want a wall run? Thanks. It's very considerate of you to cooperate with me. Luckily, in most situations, you can't just, like, run off the edge, especially when you're, up against a wall like that, when the game knows that you're trying to wall run, so it'll actually, you know, not allow you to just run off the edge like a fucking retard. Which is good, because I would do that all the goddamn time if that was not in there. That was an explosive one, I guess. I don't think it was red, or maybe it was just my sword. This area is obviously a good idea to use your charge attacks. Enemies all over the place. We also have these bugs that tend to explode, and that's no good. The Twin Blades is a nice charge attack, but yeah, as you can see, it doesn't really break shields or anything. Splits apart in 3 different directions, so it's cool if you're, like, you know, surrounded by a bunch of enemies, but yeah. Oh god. Too many guys hit me right there. Oh fuck, I'm in a bad position right now. These little red guys reminded me always of the Crimson Heads from Resident Evil. They're a lot of trouble. They're one of the more annoying enemies in the game. Definitely want to take them out first. They are pretty quick. It's really hard to actually run away to avoid them. These other guys with the shield, however, are very slow, and it's very easy to run away from them to avoid them. I'm sure you guys have also probably noticed that every sword has its own special finish attack, and they all share another finish attack too, which is the one where the finish is where he sticks the blade into their gut. Now that all the enemies are cleared, we can break through the wall. Just to be on the safe side, gonna destroy these barrels, or more explosive barrels on the other side, which I'm well aware of. Also, with these big boxes, yeah, you can destroy them. And in this room, it's very dark. I'm sure you guys didn't know that. What would you guys do without me? But setting that giant plant on fire will also kill it in one hit, prevent it from continuing to shoot, like, I want to say poison gas, but it doesn't actually poison you, but it does prevent it from shooting that shit at you, and it also lights up the room, which is good, because doing the room in the dark is no fun. So this was kind of a hidden area. I know there are collectibles in here normally. I was hoping there are healing items in the game, like first aid and also adrenaline. You can access them right here. It's a menu. That's first aid, that's adrenaline. Adrenaline increases your defense and your attack, and then you can upgrade your stuff right there, but obviously I never really need to do that. Now, I also know that you destroy these blocks here, you can wall run up here, and I know there's something up here. There's some kind of collectible thing up here, but since I already got it, it's obviously not going to be there. Fire is usually a good way to get rid of enemies. Normally it kills them in one hit, but again, this is impossible mode, so they're actually managing to survive that. Pretty sure even on hard it would kill them in one hit, but still. Again, this is another very dark room. Killing this guy up here lights it up for us. It is possible, of course, to do these rooms without actually lighting things up. You can manage to tell where you're going. Not that well, especially in this area. I've done this part through without actually, you know, lighting up the room, just to try to get through it as quickly as I could. So it is possible, but yeah, I would not recommend doing it. So as you're probably gonna expect, that giant fucking worm thing, yep, that's the boss of this area. Come on. Yeah. Oh shit. Not sure if you guys saw what I did right there, but you can deflect projectiles back at enemies. During certain bosses it's kind of a necessity, but right here it's really not. Whoa, yikes. Enemies can also attack themselves, so enemies like the projectile enemies, namely, while they might use a big, giant, you know, explosion that they shoot out of their gun, it can also hit other enemies, and at least I think it can. It might just be that situations like that they shoot fire barrels, which ends up killing the other enemies. So this is one of those areas where you really have to kill all the enemies in the area in order for the game to continue. Oh, we still got one left. One lone survivor. Oh, and hey, look, I'm doing a finishing move, not only missing him, but also while he's, like, disintegrating. That was pretty crazy. Those are the ninja powers of Kenogawa. He can do finishing moves on you whenever you're not even anywhere near him. And while you're dying. That's pretty crazy. Wish I could be as good of a ninja as he is. Maybe one day. Ah, game. Why you gotta do 2 of those in a row? Why would you do that to me? Oh yay, bats and shooting guys. Another thing to note is that when you're using your ninjutsu, you can't really, while you are invulnerable while using it, you can't, you kinda can't block, really, while using it, so there are times where it's really difficult to avoid taking a hit because you're using your ninjutsu. So in that kind of situation, it's best to just kind of hold it down and hope that the game favors you and doesn't make you take damage. So now it's time to fight the giant thing, and they call this a snail. This is, you know, referred to as a plague snail by the game. They do claim that this is a snail, even though, like, yeah, I can see this being a snail too. It did have a, you know, a little shell thing, but they called the other thing a leech when it looked a lot more like a snail, but, you know, whatever. He shoots out giant flaming cars.
Burn those carriers where they stand.
Oh, what a great idea. He says burn them, but in all honesty, I never see any real reason to use fire on this guy. You can, like when he opens his mouth like that, you can throw fire in there and damage his tongue, which is, as I'm sure you've noticed, the weak point of this boss, but I don't really consider it that worth it. It's much better to waiting till he sticks it out like that and then attacking it directly. And he does summon more worms. Or like maybe they're part of him or something, I don't even know. They're much like the boss that we had to fight earlier. They dive down, you just start wailing on them like normal. They too can also shoot out little flaming cars like they did in earlier in the stage. You really want to watch out for the tongue though. The tongue is the most damaging thing in this boss battle. As long as you keep your eye on the plague snail whenever he opens his mouth and you see the tongue is spinning around, that means he's going to stick it out. And most of the time he only does it once, but he can do it 3 times in a row if he wants to. It's really just kind of up to him. Also, you can see here, you look at the glass window, it's kind of hard to see, but it is broken, and you can fall through there. And it's not fun to fall through there. And damn, as you can see, you don't want to get hit. You really don't want to get hit by the tongue. Tongue does a shit ton of damage. But it is in situations like this where it's a good idea to fight the bats. They'll drop a lot of health. Health that you will need in situations like this. And there are barrels on both sides that pretty certain always contain health. So now I'm not in this crazy flashing thing. In quite a better situation now. And yeah, now as his health starts getting lower, he tends to start using the attack where he sticks his tongue out several times at that point. And so at this point, you see he's kind of shooting out waves, and you turn on ninja vision, you can see exactly where those are. Those will damage you, those will kill you, like that. Wow. He was dead! His health was gone, he was dead, you guys! That fucking thing exploded on me, and knocked me into the glass that had broken. This is like what we like to refer to in this game as horrible, shitty luck. When the game just says, hey, fuck you. You thought you beat the boss? Nope, you're dead now. You don't even know why. The cars are really easy to avoid. The only time the cars are ever difficult at all is when whenever the other worms are around and you're more focused on fighting them than you are on dodging the cars. You'll see me using the dash move a lot with the Ninja Blade. That's probably because it's probably the best move in the entire game. Usually hits multiple times. Does quite a lot of damage against normal enemies. It tends to stun them, tends to send them flying backwards into the air. It's overall just the best kind of move to use, especially whenever you're far away from your target. And hopefully, really hoping that the glass doesn't break this time. It's definitely possible to go through the entire fight without any of the glass panels breaking because they really are your biggest liability here. As they're the only way that you could get instantly killed in this boss fight. I don't even know what the hell hit me there. Anybody see what hit me there? I didn't see it. You also are fine to attack the tip. That's what she said, but yeah, even though it's spiky, as long as once it goes all the way out, you're good to go. So this time it did go a lot better. None of the floor panels were destroyed by the giant worms. I think it's possible that the cars might also destroy the glass panels, which is usually why I stand on the framework of it, because they can't destroy that part, but I'm not 100% sure if that's what happens or not. Gonna turn on Ninja Vision now to make sure I don't get hit by any of these giant things again, because in addition to doing a lot of damage, I don't want to get sent flying off anywhere I don't want to go flying off of. Also, you'll see, for some reason, I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's what the game intended, but the bats in this boss fight usually stick to one side of the area and just kind of stand there against the wall. I don't know if it's because they get stuck in the wall or... I'm not sure, because see, that bat got loose, and see, now bats are getting loose, so... I don't really know what the deal is. And this attack is always very easy as long as you keep moving, and there's really little chance that he's ever going to hit you with that. And I'm losing frames all over. Fantastic. Okay, we have killed him again. He's going to once again use this attack, where he sends out all these invisible, I don't know, balls, I guess you could say. And once they've all blown up, his desperation attack is over and you're free to kill him. Oh god, right mouse button again? Oh good, we got through it that time. Don't know why, I normally have trouble. Even though it seemed like I was having some lag during that too, but like still, I was able to get through it that time. I don't know why the other time was so picky about it. Never had trouble on that part before. Now how badass is this? Riding a motorcycle on other vehicles in midair? Come on now. These are just unrealistic levels of being badass.
Okay, you slimy bastard. Pucker up!
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty dead. Completion score for that was an A. And I got new record somehow on two things. Which is surprising because it counts your it's not like, you know, unique records for whatever difficulty you're on. You can get the same difficulty for easy mode or something like that, but whatever. That was mission 2.